Many people are distance learning and schooling from home for the first time. I bet you find it hard to believe that there are people who actually volunteer to homeschool. Well, here at Classical Conversations, we have been doing this for decades. And we asked some of our parents to talk to us about their experience with homeschooling and why it works for them. These are their answers.
So was that 7 years, 8 years?
At least.
So we've been homeschooling all the way through.
We've been homeschooling our kids for 8 years now. The good thing about Classical Conversations is it provides a real good structure for homeschool families. In addition, it lays a good foundation in the early years and then builds on it year after year, and so that allows you to really capitalize on the early development years.
I felt like Classical Conversations was a great fit for my family because in my first year of homeschooling, I was concerned about accountability, my kids having friends, and I'm an extrovert. I wanted to have friends too, and that sense of community.
At first, it all seemed a little overwhelming. It seemed like a lot. It seemed like I wasn't going to be able to keep up, but I definitely would tell myself to just trust the process, trust the program, trust your kids and yourself, and trust God.
I think the greatest fear we had when we were first starting to homeschool was the amount of work it would be. We wanted to be sure we could do it correctly, and we wanted to be sure that we could handle that amount of workload to do it appropriately for our children.
I definitely think everybody is an asynchronous learner. We're not first grade everything or fifth grade everything, and I can accommodate the strengths and weaknesses of each of my children. That has been so powerful. So we're not just doing first grade everything or second grade everything. We're able to work at third grade math if that's what the first grader needs, but first grade handwriting if that's what they need.
So we have 12 down to an infant, so it's definitely different ages and different grades. And when you can teach history, you can teach history to all of them and read the same story. Your younger one might have a color page or just sit and listen, and the older one might write a paragraph about it later. So you're teaching the same thing like a one-room schoolhouse. There's a lot of value in a one-room schoolhouse.
Really appreciates being homeschooled. He likes the more individualized approach. If he's not ready to conquer something, we can back off and address it later, and that approach works very well for us and him. I asked him, what he didn't like, and he really had nothing that he didn't like. It was all positive.
Our kids really just take to community day.
And park days and zoo days during the middle of the week when they're not as busy.
Those are always fun.
So a friend invited us to an information session. So we gathered some information at that point and then went to practicum shortly thereafter. And from then on, we were pretty much hooked.
Our program directors can answer many more questions you might have, like, how do I get started in my state and county? How much time do I need to spend each day schooling? How do homeschoolers graduate? You have the questions, and we have the answers. Click the link below to get connected with one of our directors in your area, and they'd be glad to have a classical conversation with you.